Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are at Blenheim Palace for the annual Blenheim Palace Classic and Supercar Car event. Now, last year I actually attended this car show for the first time and I was absolutely blown away by the lineup of cars that were on display. Unfortunately, however, the weather there was absolutely tragic and it ended up corrupting a lot of my footage from that event, so I never got round to making a video from it. So today, as you can see, we've got some absolutely beautiful weather, we've got some great supercars, and hopefully today should be pretty epic. So let's go and see what this event is all about. I literally haven't even walked through the main gate yet and I've already had my head blown off by a Night Racer GTR. I just cannot believe how loud that thing is. Utterly ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to take a quick walk around the car park outside of the main courtyard and then I'm going to head inside, and hopefully there should be a ton of nice hypercars lined up. Now, I actually find these two cars lined up here, these are actually super sick. Now, this is actually a BMW Z3M Coupe A. It's just something which you never really see anymore these days, but it's such a cool car to see. And then, of course, we've got the RWB Porsche right here. This is so loud. It's got some two-step anti-lag system on it, and it is utterly ridiculous. Just check out the size of the wing at the back as well. But yeah, huge thumbs up to these two cars, because they are two cars which you just never see. I am still yet to walk into the main event area, but I already have a massive boner. We've got a Gen 1 Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera in Grigio Telesto. These are my favourite Lamborghinis of all time. I really would love to own one of these one day. Just think it looks so clean. Something which the Huracan just doesn't do for me is just how special it looks, but even for the baby Lamborghini at the time, this thing just looks so mental and it sounds absolutely incredible. Definitely one of the best V10s ever in a road car, but oh my gosh. I just love this thing so much. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to get into the main event and we're going to check out some of the hypercars. Okay, so finally we have made our way into the main courtyard area. We've got a white Porsche 918 parked up, we've got a couple of McLarens, there's a Lamborghini Aventador S next to an SV, and also further up here we've got a Ferrari F50 and also a bright yellow Ferrari 599 GTO. Another one of my favourite Ferraris, but just here, probably my favourite spec they run the test which I've ever seen, a two-tone sort of grey colour. Now, I'm not sure if I actually featured this car in a video before, but I do remember seeing it in London. But yeah, like I said, this is definitely one of my favourite Veyron specs which I've ever seen. So I think it goes without saying that we have a pretty decent lineup of unicorns sat outside Blenheim Palace today. We're starting things off with the Brabham BT62. Now I don't know too much about this car, but I know that Brabham are sort of like the old school race car company, so this is really cool to see. I'm sorry that I don't know too much about it for any fans of this car out there, but of course next to that we've got the black carbon Bugatti Chiron. Now I'm sure a few of you guys will remember this car from when we went to Monaco back in May. Full black carbon body. It's got the bright orange interior, which seems to be a very popular option this year. Seen it on a hell of a lot of cars. Then moving along, we've got the 1 of 77 Aston Martin 177. Pretty much unicorn royalty right here. I've actually seen this car before in London, again back in May. Very cool to see. Red interior. It's got a sort of blue fleck in the paint, which you can't really see in this sort of dim light in the shade, but yeah, you really can see it when the sun's out. So moving on from the 177, we've got this pretty mental all-electric supercar. I've got no idea what it is. It looks mad. I don't know too much about it again. It's probably crazy expensive, probably crazy fast, but in all honesty, if it's electric, I really don't care about it. Next up, the Koenigsegg Agera R. Of course, we've already seen this car and heard this car. It sounded absolutely epic. The bright orange Aventador SV Coupe, and then the wing to end all the wings on the Pagani Zonda Oliver Evolution. I mean, just check this thing out. Have you ever seen a wing as big as that in your life? You could land an aircraft on that thing. Utterly ridiculous. Sounds mental as well. Insert clip here. Then moving on from the Zonda Oliver, we've actually got a Pagani Zonda S. These are actually becoming increasingly rare. I mean, most of these Zonda chassis now are being converted into 760 spec, but it is so cool to actually see a Zonda S out in the flesh. I mean, it looks so good. And controversial opinion, I would rather take this over any 760. I'm probably going to get hate for that, but I just don't care. I just think the original Zonda S is so cool. Next up in the lineup, we've got the luxurious cars Porsche 918 Spyder. I'm sure you guys have already seen quite a bit about this car, so moving on in the lineup, we've got the P1 OOV McLaren P1. This was the McLaren press car, and apparently it's got around about 100,000 miles on the clock, which is just utterly insane. I mean, can you imagine a P1 having 100,000 miles? Well, here you go. So continuing the unicorn lineup, we've got the Ferrari F50. Of course, this thing has got a Ferrari V12 derived from an F1 car, so these things must sound and drive like an absolute monster. You just hardly see these things around anymore. Of course, the other Ferrari hypercars to note are the Ferrari 288 GTO and F40 before, and then also the Enzo and LaFerrari afterwards. But for me, I think this has to be one of my favourites. My all-time favourite is obviously the Enzo, but this is a close second. When these things are straight piped, they sound like absolute animals. And then finally, finishing off the lineup up here, we've got a grey Porsche Carrera GT. Of course, one of the greatest sounding V10 engines fitted to a road car ever, just like the Gen 1 Superleggera, which I spoke about earlier on in the video. But I've actually seen a straight piped Carrera GT just yesterday doing one of the most amazing pulls out of the event. Insert clip here. So I'm pretty sure you can all agree that the lineup here at Blenheim Palace is just utterly ridiculous. I mean, just check out the hypercars behind me. Zondas, Koenigsegg's, Bugattis, everything you could wish for. But apparently now they are going to be heading out on a parade lap around the grounds. So we're going to get to a good vantage point, hopefully get a few good accelerations of the cars, and then we're probably going to head back up here, catch a few more cars leaving, and we're going to stick around for some of the cars to pack up because there is some pretty cool stuff here, and it would be cool to see them getting loaded up. course, everybody has to swarm it. Lol, just car spotter things. So as you can see, we are rounding off today with a bit of an Abarth photo shoot. We've got Ryan's from RDTPhotography at the end. Make sure you check out his Instagram. We've got mine in the middle, and then we've also got ScootSupercars Dad's at the end. Again, check out ScootSupercars YouTube channel, link in the description below. Anyway, I just wanted to throw in the video that I've actually done my first modification to my car. You guys might remember a few months ago that I actually did a video with Steph from Steph AB TV, talking about whether I should modify my car or actually go down the route of upgrading to something a little more new. Anyway, I've actually gone down the route of modding, so I'm sure a few of you guys will be pleased to know that. So I'm going to quickly show you what I've done to my car and then talk about a few things on these two cars which I kind of want to add to mine. So check it out, the first modification to my Abarth. Of course, it had to be the shields. I feel like these are an essential part of any Abarth. Like these two, they do not have them. They need to get them immediately because honestly, I think they look so sick. This is a proper Ferrari at heart. I don't care what any of you say, this little beast will eat anything, and now that it's a Ferrari, it's got the badge to prove it. Anyway, the other modifications which I would love to do to mine, these headlights, the Competizione style, what are they called? Xenon headlights, that's the one. I really would like to get a set of these for my car because at the minute these headlights, they are fine, they work great and obviously, but I just feel like those look a bit better. They add to the face of the car, they make it look a lot happier, and honestly that is something which I want to do. And then also, both of these cars, both of these Competiziones, they have got the tan Sabal leather seats and they look absolutely amazing. I would love to get a set of these for my car. It would be a big job, but eventually I would like to have that done because it is something which I just think works so well on these cars. Anyway, moving to the back of the car, as you can see, we've also got these Series 4 rear lights, which again, that is something which I'd love to add to mine. Because something which I'm not entirely a fan of is this sort of chrome and also white surround around my rear lights. So yeah, that's definitely something which I want to do. And then finally, the blacked out, well, de-chromed badges and sort of chrome bits all around the car. So along this tailgate, it's all sort of satin grey. Around the badges, satin grey. Door handles, satin grey. Mirrors, carbon fibre, I need to get those. They are a must. I think they look so good. And then also coming back around the front, de-chromed front badge. So yeah, the modifications will be starting soon. Well, they've already begun, as you can see. But yeah, those are just a few things which I'd love to add to my car. So there we are, rounding off the day here at Blenheim Palace. It has been an absolutely fantastic day. Great supercars, great weather, just a whole great experience. Anyway, if you guys haven't been to Blenheim Palace before, they hold this event every year. It's definitely one of my favourite events of the year. They have an absolutely fantastic lineup of cars. Come and check it out if you haven't. Make sure that you don't miss the next event because it should be even better than this. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to round off the video here. Make sure you leave a like on it if you have enjoyed it. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions, and make sure you are subscribed for any new uploads from me in future. Thanks for watching.